You open your laptop, type a web address like netflix.com, and hit enter. In an instant, the homepage appears. But in that tiny fraction of a second, your browser was actually busy writing a letter. It constructed and mailed a highly specific formal document called an HTTP request. The method is what the browser wants to do. GET is used to retrieve data from a server, like fetching a movie page. Other methods are POST, used to send data to the server, or PUT, to update a resource entirely. Every time you use the web, millions of these digital deliveries are happening every single second to make the experience feel instantaneous. These letters don't just float through the air, they rely on specific rules and digital vehicles to get where they're going. We call these rules HTTP versions. The protocol version tells the server which edition of the language the browser is speaking. HTTP 1.1 is still very common, but it's not the newest. We now have HTTP 2 and HTTP 3, which are faster and more efficient at handling requests. This evolution in how we transport data is the reason modern, heavy websites can load thousands of images and videos all at once, without your screen freezing. To make sure these letters are handled correctly, your browser writes specific instructions on the outside of the digital envelope. These are called headers. The second line is the host line. This tells the server exactly which website we want. This is especially useful when multiple websites share the same server, which is very common in today's internet. Then there's the user agent header. This tells the server what kind of device you're using, so it knows whether to send back the mobile version for your phone or the full layout for your desktop. There is also a refer header. It's like a return address that tells the server which page you were on just before you clicked the link. We also see some cookies being sent with the request. These are bits of data used to identify users, sessions, or preferences, so you don't have to type your password on every new page. Without these headers, a web server would be completely blind. They are the only instructions that tell the server how and where to deliver the website. Because the internet can be a dangerous place, web servers don't just blindly trust every letter they receive. If a request arrives with a missing referrer header or a strange automated signature, it creates a massive red flag for the system. So when the referrer doesn't match, it's a red flag. It inspects those instructions on the envelope to immediately block any suspicious bot traffic before it can cause trouble. These headers aren't just for formatting. They are the first line of defense that keeps the websites you use every day safe and secure. But what if you could hit pause and intercept this letter before it ever leaves your computer? This is where security pros use a tool called Burp Suite. Think of it like a digital middleman, a program that stands between your browser and the web, catching your letters so you can look at them before they're mailed. When you turn on the Intercept feature, your browser just waits. The request is caught in midair, held by the middleman tool until you decide what to do with it. At this point, you can look at the raw text and see exactly what your computer wrote to the server. This hands-on look shows us how our browser communicates with web servers and how tools like Burp Suite help us peek behind the scenes. Once the letter is caught, a researcher can actually rewrite any part of it before sending it on its way. Burp Suite pauses the request and waits for you to inspect or modify it. The server applies security rules, like blocking access if the referrer is missing or doesn't match, to protect both the site and the user. Developers keep sites safe by enforcing strict rules for these headers and always verifying that the data coming in is exactly what they expect. True security means never trusting a letter at face value. You have to assume every incoming request could be a fake and verify everything inside. If you enjoyed this look at how the internet actually works, subscribe to This Will Surprise You for more breakdowns on tech and security. What tech topic should we break down next? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next